Hello, one and all. I am a 34-year-old man who has never had a girlfriend. This is probably due in no large part to the fact that I have autism, and socializing is not one of my strong suits. See, I actually have a long history with women, and it's not very pretty. It's just I have tried approaching women before, and when I do, I just feel really out of place. I'm like 5 seconds into it, I'm usually thinking to myself, what the fuck am I even doing here, you know? But it's just the hard thing about it is that it's not seeing people married with children and all that shit. It's seeing often much younger people with girlfriends and boyfriends. It's like, damn, you're not even old enough to drive a car, yet you have a girlfriend. And I'm 34 and I've never had anything like that. I have had unrequited love, but that's a whole nother story. And that being said, is being chronically single is like some people would say you might feel sorry for me and all that stuff, but I don't. I mean, it's like, dying alone, all by myself. I'm okay with that. Maybe, I don't know. It could get I could feel pretty lonely towards the end, but even in a worst case scenario, I'd rather have that than be surrounded by a bunch of greedy people who just want to take my money when I'm gone. I take it that I would take dying alone over that any day. But I did meet this girl. Long story short, I fell in love with her. She didn't reciprocate the feelings because she chose heroin over me. And I kind of felt that it was finally it. The geeky guy, like in the movies, where the lonely guy ends up the true alpha male with a really hot girlfriend. But no, that's not how life works. Life is not a fairy tale. It's not a romance movie. It's not any kind of movie. And you don't always see the lovable loser find love and win at the end. And you don't always see the bad guy get his comeuppance. Sometimes you see the bad guy win and win big. And that's just reality, unfortunately. And I've seen some pretty bad dudes get into big positions of power. And I've seen them get really rich. And I've seen good people suffer and lose. Sadly, that's just the way the world works sometimes. Now, how do I feel about having a girlfriend? Do I really want one? I'm gonna say I don't know, because I have no experience with that type of shit. I mean, several of my friends I have a friend who is married, and I told him, something, dude, this was years ago. I told him, I'm 26 and I've never had a girlfriend. His wife was away and we were just playing video games. And he told me to pause the video game for a second. And I said, okay. And so I paused it. And he said, close your eyes, Matt. It's like, what do you hear? And I'm like, nothing. And he's like, exactly. You don't have to put up with all that shit. And it's like, you may have missed out on a lot of sex, but you've missed out on a lot of bullshit. And it's just because I have been lied to by movies and fairy tales and things like that. I wonder what else are they lying about? Because are relationships all they're cracked up to be? I personally never wanted kids, ever. But it's like I guess you could say I'm looking for a partner to survive the zombie apocalypse. And it's just, I don't know. There's just so many variables. But what's interesting is that I have discovered is that I'm not the only one. There are plenty of people who are much older than me, in their 40s, 50s, 60s. I haven't heard of anybody in their 70s like this, but I'm sure they exist. But they have never been in a relationship, ever. And I'm not a virgin, but I'm very sexually inexperienced, to say the least. And I'm not, again, I'm not a virgin, but it's like, but don't worry, I keep my feelings towards women suppressed with porn. And it's like, I've had women lie to me, lie about me, and it's just been a pain. Would I like to have a more positive relationship with women? Sure. But I don't know if that's possible. And, it's just, I have seen other autistic people find mates, but all I know is that I never did. Maybe I just wasn't meant to have one. And, again, I don't know if I truly want a girlfriend, because I'm not saying I do, I'm not saying I don't, because I don't know firsthand what it's like. And, but then again, I do acknowledge the fact that I enjoy way more freedom than most people. And, because I don't have to negotiate with anybody, but I also don't get to have a sex life. And, however, it's just, in life, I've found that you're not always, I felt like the protagonist of my own movie, especially when I was younger, but I don't feel that way anymore. It's like, I realize that I might be the antagonist, or worse yet, a non-playable character. And, it's just, really unfortunate, but it's the way it is sometimes. And, I don't know if I have the social skills to attract a girlfriend. There's a lot of things that I find interesting that women would probably not be interested in, or even find creepy. And, but the truth is like, I'm happy with what I am. And if no woman in the world is happy with what I am, then so be it. It's better to be alone than to just live a lie. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Be good, y'all.